Obviously, great game offensively for both teams. Todd does a good job with them offensively. These guys will tell you they're challenging to stop. So I want to give, credit to them first of all for playing a good basketball game. I thought they played really well yesterday and certainly finished the regular season strong. In terms of how we played, I thought offensively, obviously, 100 plus points. I'm stating the obvious here. We shared the ball. I thought we moved the ball. I thought early on we made a lot of threes, and then they started to build out their defense a little bit. And we went to some of, where we drove it some, cut some. We've kind of seen it all at this point this year after 30 plus games. I thought our guys made a lot of really good plays, a lot of unselfish plays, took what was there, understood what we were looking for. And then fortunately, we were able to get enough stops when it mattered to try to get a little bit of distance there. But they were challenging to stop today. Toledo does a good job offensively. I just thought our offense at the end of the day kind of won the day. We were trying to hold them. Did they get? They got under 50. They're tough to defend. So again, give them a lot of credit, but also credit our guys for making the necessary plays today to get it done and give themselves a chance tomorrow to play in the championship game.
Career high, 31 points. Obviously, you contribute in other ways, but didn't score much yesterday. So, what was the mindset and how to turn around for it?
Just to be more aggressive. I mean, yesterday was more of we had other guys hitting, and I was just trying to make a statement on defense and play defense and take care of the other side. Today was a little bit. I was hitting shots more aggressive on offense, and still while trying to impact the game on defense. And then you got other guys like TJ and Shema just picking it up on offense too. So.
Other questions for Jabari and Nate?
Jabari, the lane's always open for you guys, and then you guys can attack on that. What's that mean when you look up and you see that much space to operate?
You just wanna be aggressive, try to attack, make plays. They're gonna help, but they're not. We got so many shooters around that you really just gotta play off what they do. If they decide to help, we could easily one more to a teammate, shoot a three. If they don't, we could get to the rim. So the shooters in the spacing really helps us out and makes us want to be aggressive when we get those opportunities in the double gaps.
For Nate and Tabari, this is the third time you guys beat Toledo. How was this game similar, different? How did it play out and compared to the two?
It still came down to the wire a little bit. As the second time we played them, we had a big lead, and second half we didn't play as well, and they made a run and almost came back. This kind of was in that same boat, but we found a way to stick it out at the end.
Oh yeah. It was like the other two with the high scoring. Like Coach said, they're a really good offensive team, and so are we. So both games are high scoring. And last game in the second half, they destroyed us on offense. So that was really the biggest change, trying to focus in on the second half, knowing how hot they can get on offense and trying to slow them down.
For Tabari, there was an altercation during the game. What did you see during that moment?
I seen him. Obviously, he grabbed James. James went down, and he was trying to pick James up. And it looked like he was talking to him and staring him down. So obviously, I tried to go over there and protect my teammate, but talked to him. He was not that. He's a great player, had a great game, and it was nothing more than just trying to protect my teammate.
Nate and Tabari, for both of you, Bowling Green first, Toledo now. What have these two games done to prepare you for your ultimate goal of winning that game tomorrow?
They just basically got us ready that the mindset of we have to get stops to win games in this 3-day run. We got a rebound. As Bowling Green is a good rebounding team, good offensive team. Toledo's a good offensive team. You don't rebound against them on the defensive end. They put up a lot of points like they did today. And tomorrow, both the teams we probably get to play. They good offensive rebounding teams, and they also can score on offense. So it just built us up for this.
Yeah. The physicality, like you said, of the two teams before really got us really mentally of the battle that we're going to have ahead of us.
Nate, Rich Hollenberg, ESPN. Growing up in Ohio, playing in this conference, playing in this building for a championship, what does it mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, this will be the second time I get to play for a championship with this team. I mean, what kid wouldn't want to be in this big arena? It's going to be a packed crowd no matter which team we play. You just got to be here for the moment.
For both Nate and Tabari, you guys have been here before, but 3-point shooting, you shoot a lot of threes, you make a lot of threes. Just what's that been like this year when you compare to the other teams where the mindset, the way you guys play is a lot different?
Playing faster. I mean, as you see, it just opens up things. As today, we had a lot of drives. And teams want to take away threes. And that means for our guards that can get downhill, there's a lot of open lanes. So it's just, I wouldn't say it's more fun to play like this, but I mean, got a lot of guys scoring in double digits.
Hey, Tabari, I just want to know, obviously Akron travels very well. You guys are in Cleveland. It's not a short distance, or it's a primarily short distance. You guys have so much backing behind you from people in the crowd. How is it like as a player on the court with so much support behind you, especially in a tournament like this?
It's kind of like a home game. We bring a whole bunch of energy. As playing in the jar, once we get a run going, you start hearing the crowd. It just gives you more energy to go on that other side, defensive side, get a stop, come back on offense, and just engage with the crowd and try to get something going.
Yeah, the energy that Zip Nation have been bringing has been unmatched all year. It's definitely gave us an edge at home and here, and it's a blessing to have a support system like that to come out willing to travel with you and bring great energy throughout the game, and it helps more than they know.
For Nate and Tabari, you guys typically play 3 games in 3 days. That'll be the case coming up tomorrow. What's the key to being not only at the top of your game, but ready to play in a championship game, knowing that you have not to play a third game and a third game?
Taking care of our bodies after today, getting recovery, getting the compression boosts, getting some massages or anything that you got to do is just to try to reset your body back to how it was the first time. So,
yeah, like he said, take care of our bodies and do what we've been doing all year for every game. Prepare, meet, walk through, eat. The same thing that we do for every game. We're gonna do for this one and play Akron basketball.
Nate, you made the 3-point shot there, your first shot of the game, right?
Mhm.
Was that a design play or was that just playing through the offense?
a lot of the stuff you see is playing through the offense. So that was more of a plan through the offense.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll dismiss our student. I guess.
Senior Jess.
This one. Question from Coach Jess.
John,
Michael.
yeah, Nate, career high 31 points. Just what did you see out of your match player of the year tonight?
I thought he was a stud. He's been that way all year because he can play both ends. Obviously, he's a defensive player of the year as well. He's smart. He's great in scouting. He can guard multiple positions. He can hurt you on the glass. He can get to the free throw line. He can drive it. Today, he shot it well. He just does so many things. He's so versatile, has great positional size and athleticism. And on top of that, has ridiculous character. So that's kind of who he is, right? And yesterday, obviously, he didn't score as many, but I thought he impacted the game rebounding. He impacted the game defensively. He was in a little bit of foul trouble. But the beauty of Nate is after the game, he's celebrating with the 6 other guys that scored in double figures and have, excited about the team win and, alert during scouting last night at our first team meeting and prep for this game and, engaged and, you'd have never known. And he'll be the same way when he got 31. So that's the beauty of Nate.
Obviously, 6 games, 14 points, but Amani, 12 points and 9 rebounds. I mean, what does it say about the depth on your team and the ability for them to go out there?
Yeah, Cameron, a lot of depth, right? I don't know how many. I was just actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had 5 in double figures today. So we've had, I think, as many as what, BD 7 or multiple times 7, multiple times 6. I mean, bench points. We talked about it yesterday. I'll pick up the sheet and it'll be like 40 plus, 50 plus on a couple occasions. It's unique. Guys have really bought into the strength in numbers, mentality that we've tried to, build starting in non-conference. And, it was a struggle at the beginning, I thought, with the style change, but now it's, to the point where they've obviously got great buy-in to it. They enjoy playing in the style, as you heard Nate say, and they realize that it makes it more difficult to defend, I think, because you don't know. I mean, you just saw it. I mean, the player of the year had 3 yesterday and 31 today. You just don't know where it's coming from. I don't going in the game. I always tell them, I'll say, look, the way we're playing now, like if I don't know what you're going to do in a possession, they certainly don't know. So I'm trusting them and empowering them to make plays, and I trust those guys to do that. Now, at the beginning, it was I had to be patient back in non-conference play for them to figure it out. But it's gotten to the point now where I trust them a great deal.
Big picture, what's the secret sauce to your 3 games every night?
Yeah, I get asked that sometimes. I'm going to be honest with you.
Good question about night, but does it all begin with an emphasis on defense?
I think you have to defend, rebound, and take care of the ball to be consistent. And we've been able to do that over the last 6 years in particular. With conference tournaments, I think you have to, first of all, you have to be talented, stating the obvious. You're not talented. You can't make my old boss, Thad Mata, and I'll paraphrase, say you can't make chicken salad out of chicken dung. Okay. So let's be honest. You got to have some talent. That's one. Two, you got to be really prepared. And I'm not talking about just the preparation for a game. I'm talking about how you prepare in June, July, summer training camp, fall training camp, spring training camp, preseason practice, habits that you're building on top of preparing for that particular individual game. So preparation to me is the second, third, and then the last third, and people don't like to hear it sometimes, but it's reality. I call it luck and fortune. You got to have a shot go in, or maybe somebody misses a shot, or, so got to be blessed. That's that last third, I think.
John, obviously emotions get on high, especially in a tournament setting. How did you think your team responded to that hard foul on a conflict?
I wish I didn't really want Tavari to get the technical foul. I understood what he was doing. I thought what he said was exactly what he was doing. We don't want to do that and give the other team points. We got to be able to keep our poise and regardless of circumstance, I always tell them usually when, and I'm not perfect at it either, but usually when you get angry, it's because you feel like you're getting something you don't deserve, when in reality, none of us deserve anything. We're not entitled to a single thing. So that's what we've tried to train them. Obviously Tavari went to stick up for James, but, we don't want to give points away. Yep.
So many new faces we talked about throughout the season, but in this setting, the MAC tournament, so what's it been like coaching these guys, and who have been some of the new guys that have really been more vocal? And it's just these guys.
Yeah, I think obviously we can play 10 guys, and then we got great leadership in there with the guys who have returned. Nate actually was on the team as a redshirt in 22 when we won. Nate's now won 3, I think, championships between regular season and conference tournament, and trying to earn a 4th tomorrow night. So he's been a part of this. Tavari has seen it. He's been a part of it. He had to learn from Castaneda. He had to get his tail kicked by Castaneda his freshman year in practice every day to help him get to where he's at right now. So it's a process. You have to normalize the struggle. We try to do that in our program. We don't pretend like this isn't hard. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be very difficult. And we tell them to run to that. Don't run away from it. And so I think we've kind of got that mentality. Nate lives that out. Tavari, Monty's been there. Marvin, Zach, Evan, those guys have had, Shema, those guys have been a part of some success. So I think we've kind of relied on those guys. And then what's interesting about our newcomers, in particular, our transfers, and even Sharon, who's playing, is they're very loose. They're very aggressive. They're loose. They're very confident. And I think that's a good thing in this type of environment, to have fun and, empower them to make some plays. And I tell them they've earned the right for these opportunities that have come about, and to enjoy it, to have fun with it. Cameron.
Throughout the regular season, that it's just one game at a time, even on those winning streaks.
Mm-hmm.
This one game will be the MAC championship. It's the game that you guys have been eyeing. How do you balance, though, that 1-0 mentality with the excitement?
We're going to do the same thing. You heard Tavari say it. It's hilarious listening to him. Well, I'm going to go back. I'm going to get in the compression boots. I'm going to get something to eat. He probably forgot what he ordered. He's going to go to bed, and he's going to get up tomorrow morning, and he's going to have the first meeting, and we'll cover personnel, and, we just do what we do. We don't make any one particular game more, they know obviously what you're saying, but because we prepare the way that we do, when the streak happened, I said that everyone wanted to know about the streak. The streak happened because they had a 1-0 mentality, and they strung a bunch of games together and created a streak. It wasn't that they said, "Hey, man, we're at 5. Let's see if we can get to 10 or 5." Like, that wasn't how they were thinking. They were just trying to get to 1-0. And they've really bought into that. But give their predecessors a lot of credit for that, because you could go right down the line, starting with Freeman, obviously, who's probably the most recognizable, and backwards. And that's how those guys lived out every day right in front of their eyes. And so they saw that and they've embraced that, and now they're living that.